Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Friedman, and we are coming to you today from the offices of Tarlow, Hart Rodgers. And my next guest up is Marc Z. Marc Z, Legal Staffing. Marc, it's always a pleasure. Coming today, you wanted to talk about the application of the Massachusetts Sick Law that is about a year in existence, and how it's sort of playing out. So why don't you start by giving our listeners a little bit of a background context on what the law did?
Sure. Well, the purpose of the law was there were a lot of employees that of smaller companies particularly that would take some time off, and they would not be the way the procedures of the small companies as well as the larger companies that didn't, if they didn't have a sick day policy, was they just wouldn't get paid, or they would use up all their vacation time for the sick time and they wouldn't get paid. And so eventually workers who felt that they had situations where they should be able to get compensated for lost time, they would say, I can't use this for my vacation, especially bigger companies that had larger sick day policies. A lot of times, and if they didn't have a formal policy, this would maybe be an opportunity to fill that gap, get compensated in terms of earned time. Mm-hmm. So what the state did was they'd say, look, you work a certain amount of hours, you work at least 30 hours a week, you'll gain an hour. And then what you can do is you can use that hour, not for vacation, but for, it would be called sick time, and we would interpret that word broadly. What's interesting about the sick policy, a lot of the small to medium-sized businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, everybody opposed it because they said, look, if somebody's sick, a lot of times they're sick, and we have a sick day policy. But a lot of businesses did, but a lot of them said, look, we're good faith. If somebody's sick, we're fine with that. But other businesses weren't. And so there was that gray area that people finally said, we need to do something about it. But at the same time, you talk about what happened with the International Women's Day, is people still need to learn what's sick.
What is a sick day?
Correct. And then what's a vacation day. What the state did is they stepped in. So what they said is, look, people are entitled, but they have to earn that time. The downside is you have a lot of employees that say, okay, I'm going to take my accrued sick time and I'm going to use that for vacation. No, no, no. The state has set guidelines, and then they have given interpretations for questions. We can only use that time for, quote, sick time and not for vacation time.